Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Flying. Oh no. How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining me today. Glad to see some familiar faces in chat. How is everyone? Thanks for managing the time, making time for the stream. Appreciate it. Been a while since you've been to a flying stream. Oh yeah, that's true, blah. Welcome back. How have you been? What have you been busy with these days? Olo bros! Calvin, glad you made it. Yes, we'll do that convoy. That sounds good. The new DAF whenever it comes. Assuming there is an MP convoy by then in ETS2. And that we have some nice sounds. Hey Tom! Happy eating? Thanks for joining. Hey Patrick. Glad you made it. Were you in Jack's stream as well? I wasn't able to drop by, unfortunately. It was a bit late. Gee, thanks for joining, man. Hope you're doing well. Hang in there. Managed to get Pro Mods Canada working with 141. Oh, interesting. Does it work with 141 already? I thought it was only 140 compatible. Busy. That's good, I guess. Busy. No worries. Hope everything is good. How are you doing, Sonoma? Welcome back. Hello. So yes, today we are flying over the Italian Alps. Have quite a flight plan prepared thanks to Flight Sim.2. I saw that there was an Italian Alps bush trip. But we're not going to follow that exactly. I kind of got the flight plan and reversed it based on what I prefer. So basically, we'll have something like this kind of view. Let me try and load it. Over there. That's how it looks. Yeah, so we'll be starting on the southeast corner of Italy. Actually, this is Slovenia already. And then we'll make our way, this might sound familiar, the city of Trieste. Yeah, because that's something that's available in Pro Mods if I remember correctly. And then we'll be passing through Udine and then the Italian Alps, actually Austria as well, we'll be visiting. So this area right here. Not sure how long this will take all in all, but we'll make our way through as far as we can, at least with the turbo arrow. Yes, let's make sure that our fuel tanks are full, and that should be good enough. We are going to fly today with the OK Man livery. OK Man. I like that tail number. Yeah, very positive outlook. Alright, let's go and start on a ramp though. Maybe ramp 8. And let's load that up while I get back to you guys. You modded the files to make it function with the 141. Look at you modding. Fancy. That's great to hear. So it doesn't require as much modification in terms of compatibility. I guess just the version, the manifest file or something, huh? Doing some space watching, I see. Oh, looks like things are hanging. Yikes. The sounds actually get cut off. If you're still hearing me. Are we back? No. It's getting cut here and there. Hang in there, guys. We'll see if that works. Oh no. Don't you give up on me. Still loading, I think, but the loading is intense, so intense that the music actually cuts off. Don't crash, hopefully not. Hang in there. Please fasten seatbelts. But you can hear me fine? Is it just the music that's stuttering? Stutter, stutter. All at the same time. Why are they all quitting? Hey, Gamaste. How are you, man? What have you been busy with these days? I had a flight yesterday. It was very shaky. The video that came out yesterday was pretty intense, pretty stressful, but we managed to land in one piece, so I'm happy enough with that. I see the what do you call it? The stimulus package kind of thing. I see. Alright, here we are, Portoros in Slovenia, and we have a Bell 47 right behind us. It's like it's a sign. I was very tempted to fly with a helicopter, but in order to change things up a bit, we're going with the Arrow this time. Fiddling with the throttle. Left tank, just turn off the tablet there, remove the tie downs and the chocks, turn on the battery. We have a fancy GTN 750 today to guide us across all those waypoints that you've seen in the map. Love the sounds on this plane. One of the best, if not the best, GA plane out there at the moment. Alright, what am I missing? Looking good right there. Anti-collision lights are going on and it's prime. The engine, get some fuel in. Looking good. Now we can start it. You die on me. There we go. So it warms up a bit. Even changes the sounds based on that window. Alright, so if we look at the map, you should see the entire thing. If we zoom out, should be able to see all the convoluted routes that we're taking all across the mountains, but initially it will be flat and it will be a city tour of Trieste and Udine. Alright, let's turn that on. Looking good there for now. Yeah, not my choice, but that's on them. I am hearing something. Is there someone on final? I do see some planes in there. Is it that guy? Interesting. I do have some AI planes in here. Glad to hear that it's actually working. Cool. Alright, so let's get our... Well, we will be flying VFR, so we don't really need clearance. But we will... At least not IFR clearance. But we'll be tuning that in because I want to work with default ATC. Yes, I haven't learned since working with them yesterday. I'm still giving them a chance. Let's request taxi departing to the east.
Oscar Kilo, Mike Alpha November, ready to taxi east departure.
Oh, they're replying, but my volume.
Request denied.
Oh, dang it. The airport is currently IFR? Why? Weather looks good. I think this is one of those mismatches in live weather and whatnot. Okay, then let's just not get any clearance from them at all. We're on our own. Yeah, when I looked at the weather on this airport in Little Nav map, it said mist, 0.1 nautical mile visibility, but I don't think the sim is able to replicate mist quite well yet. Can only do so in terms of clouds and everything. Winds are coming from there. One sec, let me try and find where the runway is. Let's do our run-up procedures here. Someone cutting the grass. Yeah. Lawnmower sounds. Yeah, something like that. Something to that effect. Okay, let's put the parking brake on here. Open the windows again so you guys hear the amazing sounds on this engine. Let's put that to 2000 RPM. This is how an engine should sound like. And when you close the windows, very nice. Slower it down, 2000 RPM. Just keep that window open. Let's just cycle the prop. So test the RPM moving down and up. So to know that it's working. Looking good. Let's bring that back to 2000. And then let's go and test the magnetos. Left magneto, there should be a drop in RPM. Very small drop, looks like. There we go, one back up. Less than 100 looks like with a drop of it. Which is, I guess, good. Maybe around 50 RPM, if anything. Alright, and then let's pull back on the throttle, see how low it goes. Should go below 1000 RPM there. Even the sputtering of the engine. That sounds so good. Oh my goodness. I hear something again. Is he moving? Oh, he's starting to move. Oh, that was apparently a... Is that a TBM? Okay, he's starting to move. Let's go before him. Slowest plane that can fly normally without diving into the ground. Oh, that's a good question. I wouldn't know. Like how slow can you be before you can actually... Why is that guy? I think we'll have to move to the grass because I think he's going through here. Probably got his IFR clearance or something. Very nice though, seeing other planes in the vicinity. Sleek. Alright, let's move over here, get back on the taxiway. But yes, that's a good point. Normally, there would be a problem when your airspeed gets so low. Your plane would stall. In this particular plane, can't remember what the stall speed was. The VSO or something, like 50, 55 probably. Something around those points. I'm trying not to let it reach that point as much as possible. I would have wanted to work with ATC, but maybe later. Maybe let's just request flight following when we're on the air. So altitude reporting in here. Landing lights, boost pump to low. Pitot heat, let's turn that on as well. Alright. Runway looks clear. Where's that TBM going? Okay. It's just taxiing around, not getting on the runway. That's good. Alright. By the way, my rudder pedals feels like brand new again. If you guys saw that post I had in Discord, I showered it with contact cleaner. I kind of like used up.
Broadband Center, generic Charlie November, Kilo Mike Romeo, flight level 300.
Kind of used up half the contact cleaner tank.
Romeo, Red Center, continue as planned.
to just shower the entire rudder pedals with a contact cleaner to clean it up because it was twitching all over the place. There we go. Beautiful. Positive rate, tap brakes, gear up. No flaps necessary in this airport since runway is long enough. Let's keep that going. Every knob will be switched. Yeah, I started that way.
Zagreb Center Beechcraft Golf. Alpha Papa Victor Lima is at 900 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
It's actually tuning to the approach.
Alpha Papa Victor Lima Zagreb Center altimeter 30.06. Continue as planned.
Port Oraz approach Piper Oscar Kilo. Mike Alpha November is
Just
type
for
Piper Arrow
flight
2
following
miles
there.
southeast to Port Oraz 700 feet. Request flight following.
Let's see if they'll indulge.
Piper Oscar Kilo. Mike Alpha November Port Oraz approach. Squawk 4442.
4442? Did I hear that right?
Piper Mike Alpha November
There we
radar
go.
contact 2 miles east of Port Oraz 1,100 feet.
Yep, position
Altimeter
checks.
30.06.
Roger Piper Mike Alpha November.
Let's turn on that auto landing gear thing feature here in the arrow so that that yellow light that was blinking doesn't blink anymore. Alright, let's maybe stay at 2,000 feet. Beautiful sunrise in front of us. Lowering, pulling back on the throttle here a bit. Let's also lower the RPM so we get that nicer, gentler hum of the engine, not overly loud. Like so. Perfect. 2300 RPM should be comfortable for that sound, that cruise sound. And then we should be on our way. So right in front of us, over there, should be Trieste, if I remember correctly. And I actually downloaded some scenery for that. Someone in the FlightSim.2 community downloaded the photogrammetry from Google and placed it here in the sim. Which I must admit looks a lot better than the default photogrammetry from the Bing Maps services. So I think when it comes to that, Google is still much better. But of course, Microsoft will not be using Google officially anytime soon. Thankfully, the community can work around it. You can turn off the boost pumps now and the landing lights should be good enough. What's the temperature outside? It's actually pretty hot, like 15 degrees Celsius. So I don't think we need the pitot heat either. I hope I don't regret that decision. Okay. But yes, looks good. Let's trim it out. Trim the plane. Hand flying this plane is an amazing experience. It just feels so sturdy. And very different from flying helicopters.
Bro.
Hey bro. This is just so much more stable. Like you can actually do like hands-free flying once you've trimmed the plane enough. Unlike with helicopters, you let go of the cyclic for a second and it goes tumbling around the place. Hey Asib, how are you, man? Happy lurking, blah. Doing good, doing good. Still spending most of my time in flight sim. But on Friday, guys, we'll be doing a convoy in ATS or ATS2 if that comes out. But we're doing a convoy, the official convoy. And if you guys want to join, then we can experiment during that stream. I've only tried that convoy feature with Alex and Jack, so I'm not sure what the intricacies are. If you need to be friends on Steam, if you need to be on the same server on Steam, things like that. So we'll discover it together. But yes, that is the plan. Trieste is that city right in front of us. Lots of buildings, lots of nice sights. We should actually have push talk radio in here. 1 second. Let me pause that. Let's get some tours in. Because I think there is a castle here. It would have been easier to tour a city using a helicopter. That would have been more perfect here, but as we're going above mountains, flying atop mountains, overall I think it will be easier if we had the turbo to take us with them the rest of the way. Right, push talk radio. Let's see how that works. I see us in the map. Give me a second. Yeah, there should be a Miramare Castle on the left side, somewhere over there. I'm sure we'll be hearing the audio tour as we explore more of this city. Slow down here a bit. I think we can afford to slow down and enjoy the view a bit more. Yar, Jack, bro. How was Elite? Did they fix the stuff already? No more FPS conundrums. Map DLCs required for pro mods. No worries. Yeah, we'll see how we can manage. We'll try and do a convoy on Friday. If you're available, Jack, or anyone else who's willing, more than happy to have you guys in that convoy too. Still needs work, but was fun. Oh, great to hear. They might have just been pressured, huh? I can imagine. The publisher pressures or whatnot, forcing an early release. But yeah, glad the developers are catching up, making it more stable. Yeah, this is the start of the photogrammetry, I believe. Look at the density of the buildings in here and how complex the roads are. You can actually see, oh my goodness, this windshield is very well used, huh? See the reflections from the sun there. Okay, let's descend here, get a better view. There it is. Is that a football field? Look at those complex buildings, guys. Love it. Thank you, Google. I actually haven't had a chance to check out the default scenery without the plugin here. If it looks the same, but I doubt it. There are some areas that look like this by default using Bing photogrammetry, but there are not a lot of them. Let's take a photo here. That's more like it. The sun is a bit in the way though, isn't it? But yeah, look at those buildings. Very nice, especially from above like this. As you get closer, the limitations of the photogrammetry data start popping up, like you see them a bit molten down, but not as bad as the ones we've seen in other cities. So I think, yeah, the Google photogrammetry is actually pretty nice. Right, let's get back up here. Yeah, exactly. The convoy will just be a random place. We'll try and make our way towards, I don't know, Washington maybe. Because I don't want to stay too long in California. But it depends on the people, what DLCs you guys have. We can easily stay in Arizona or Nevada. First! How are you, Scotsman? Band. Play some football. Enjoy, Jack. There we go. Moving to the next waypoint. It's a bit manual with this plane. you have navigation, but you have to manually change the course needle here. So it says the desired track is 307 degrees, so you have to manually change that to 307. 1, 2, 3, something like that. Not as automated as one would like sometimes. Okay, there should be a castle here in front of us, maybe on that tip, but I don't think it's modeled in. But we'll hear Chatty Cathy is her name, I think, right? At least what we named her. Should hear some audio tour from her about this castle soon. Come on, any second now. Don't see any castles nearby though. It might have been transformed into a normal building. How about Canada?
This majestic white castle, the beloved home of Archduke Ferdinand Maximilian of Habsburg, overlooks the sea and is surrounded by a huge park full of rare and exotic tree species collected by the Archduke himself in his scientific expeditions around the world aboard the frigate Navarra. The castle was built for Maximilian, who fell in love with the view of the small bay and decided to build his home here, where he lived with his wife Charlotte of Belgium.
Thank you for following, guys.
Maximilian and Charlotte were able to enjoy their beautiful castle for only 4
Welcome to the
years
stream.
or so before leaving for Mexico, where Maximilian was crowned Emperor Maximilian of Mexico, only to be executed by firing squad in 1867. Legend has it that Charlotte, mad with grief, still wanders in the park calling his name.
You mean soccer, right? No, football. How about Canada? Yes, Canada, I was hoping to also go there and fly there, but there's not a lot of scenery there at the moment yet. I did see one which improved the mountains in, what is this, British Columbia Island? Like there is a separate island to the west of British Columbia. Is that, am I getting this right? Someone made that specific part, so maybe we can check it out, but I'm not sure how large that area is. But yeah, when someone really makes or improves that scenery with custom assets and whatnot, then we'll go and check it out for sure. You got it, Sid. Hey Michael, thanks for joining. The specs are available in the, if you're in desktop, should be below. There's like an Amazon Gear thingy. You can see the specs. Let me know if you don't find it. I'm using an RTX 3080, an Asus TUF RTX 3080, and a 3700X Ryzen 3rd Gen, if I remember correctly. Oh my goodness. Yeah. The downside is, well, you might get a lot of stuttering, as you guys might have seen. Some limitations in the sim right now, the way it loads stuff, it's not seamless. So if it's high quality terrain, high quality meshes like mountains with sharp edges and whatnot, it can get pretty laggy. So you might encounter that as we go through the Alps here. Just hang tight whenever that happens, okay? It should even out eventually. Look at how beautiful that is. Yeah, flying the arrow like this, it's a much more relaxing experience. Flying a helicopter in comparison is an amazing feeling, although it's quite tiring long term. This one, it's almost hands-free. And I don't need the rudder at all. I can actually let go of my feet from the rudder. Yeah, if we had the same for truck sims, that would be amazing. GTA 5 ban. How is it? Let's cancel flight following here.
Orbital Rouse approach. Piper Mike Alpha November cancel flight following.
I want to do a touch and go on this airport we're coming up to.
Alpha, November Portaloz approach, cancellation received. Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Thank you. So let's go and tune into the tower frequency for that guy, which is 130.205. Oh my goodness, that stutters are real. Are we still live? Hang in there, okay? Hopefully that's something that gets improved in the upcoming patches. So let's request a touch and go.
Rodkey Tower Piper Oscar Kilo, Mike Alpha November 5 miles southeast, 1,300 feet touch and go.
Piper Oscar Kilo, Mike Alpha November on Chi Tower. Altimeter tree 0.06 wind 088 and 5. Enter left downwind runway 09er.
Roger that.
Lockheed Ground, Cessna, India. Kilo Tango Echo Victor.
So what we can do is we can do an OBS thing here
Kilo Tango Echo Victor
and
pushback
align this to 090 so it will be easier to land. You have some kind of guidance. Let's climb here to 2,000 feet so we can overfly the runway.
Kilo Tango Echo Victor requesting the end of pushback.
And then here, let's adjust that
Kilo
as
Tango Echo
well
Victor request to end pushback received.
to align that
Piper
90
Mike Alpha November,
degrees.
did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah. Entering left downwind runway
Make
09.
left traffic runway 09er Piper Mike Alpha November.
Lockheed Ground, Cessna, India. Kilo Tango Echo Victor request taxi for west departure.
GTX 1080 is more than capable. Yeah. I remember I had a 1070 initially when I first started playing this sim, and I was able to play on high-end settings, the default preset, on around 30 FPS, which is more than enough. So yeah, no worries there.
Taxi hold short runway 09er using taxiway
Right.
Alpha Cessna Tango
2,000
Echo Victor.
feet. Airport is right below us. There it is. Just overflying it, keeping around 1,000, 2,000 feet above here, keeping clear of any landing planes. We'll cross it and then we'll join the left downwind, that's this side, parallel to the runway, make a circuit, join the pattern to land on runway 09, this guy. At least that's the plan. We'll see if that actually works. Looking good. Start descending here. Turn on our boost pump, our landing lights. Pitot heat. No, we don't need pitot heat. Okay.
Piper Mike Alpha November 1088 at 5. Clear touch and go left traffic runway 09er.
Awesome. Okay, we've been clear touch and go.
Cleared for touch and go runway 09er Piper Mike Alpha November.
Yeah, the optimization is not yet full. I guess it will really get improved when the Xbox is released, when the sim is released for Xbox. That's when they will be adding most of the optimizations. So right now, as you can see the stutters, even if you have a powerful rig, you can't really maximize it that much yet, although they are improving it bit by bit, so hopefully in the future. But right now we have to be a bit patient about that still. Right, let's turn left here, make a 180 so that we're facing the runway and we should be able to land right there. Let's go ahead and extend our landing gears. There's the runway. So we'll be doing a touch and go. It's basically landing and then taking off immediately after. We're on base. Landing gears. We have 3 greens. Yes, 3 greens. That means landing gears, all 3 of them are deployed. Alright, turning final. We're a bit high. Let's try and see if we can catch up to the poppy lights here. So you see the 4 lights in front. For those who are not familiar, that is a good indication of how high or how low you are. What you want to see here are 2 white and 2 red to indicate that you're on the right angle of approach, like the right descent path. So right now we're too high, that's why we see 4 whites. So I'm trying to descend so we get those red ones in there. If you're too low, it will be 4 red, which will be a lot more dangerous. But for now, We're good. There we go. It's one red. 75 knots would be the perfect approach speed for this plane. So I'm trimming up, trimming up, trimming up till we reach that 70. There we go. That's too wide, too red. Let's just keep it there and aim for those touchdown markers. And see how we fare. It's going to be a touch and go. It's a fairly long runway, so no problems there at all. There we are. As we get closer, we go to idle throttle and just start to flare. There we go. And we're on. Flaps going up. Power again. Rudder control. And 75 knots. Start rotating. And we are off again. Thankfully, the weather has been pretty good. Only 3 knot headwind, so no problems whatsoever. Tap the brakes, gear up. Looking good right there. Textbook landing, at least. Let's remove the OBS mode there and continue with our tour. Sorry guys, I've been lagging behind the chat. I'll catch up in a bit. Just let me catch up here for a bit. Okay. Now, what I'm not sure, it didn't seem to detect that I did a touch and go already. So let's just cancel the landing intentions here.
Cancel landing intention.
That might be still a bug.
Piper Mike Alpha November, your cancellation is received.
Okay, good. Too much to... Are you getting stutters? Poor Xbox is trying to play this. Well, based on the inputs, it looks like they'll be able to really optimize a lot. I think they've been able to cut in half the memory consumption to make it really playable in the Xbox, the new Xbox. But we'll see how it works. Of course, developer promises are one thing and what actually is implemented are another. So yes, we'll still have to wait and see. Okay, let's lower that RPM again. Boost pump. Landing lights. Yeah. Microsoft Flight Sim is perfect for planes like these. General aviation planes where you have a lot of views and a lot of sightseeing. Yeah. Not so many systems, because that's where it's lacking at the moment, the systems. $2K. Yeah, that should be good. Just don't expect high frame rates with Flight Simulator. I'm not sure if you've been into flight simulators before already, but with flight sims, 30 FPS is the target. Anything beyond is just icing on the cake. So you definitely won't be reaching 144, let alone 60, or 60, let alone 144 or 165 FPS. But you should get 30 to 40. And that will give you a great experience already. In Flight Sim, as you can see, the landscape moves very slowly, so you don't really need high FPS. The high FPS only helps when you're moving your head like this, moving the camera fast. Alright, looking good there. Let's keep it going.
Launching Tower Cessna 9er Alpha. Kilo Papa, entry 11 miles southeast.
Let's maybe zoom in a little here.
Cessna 9er Alpha, Kilo Papa, X-ray Runway Tower. Altimeter tree 0.06 wind 088 and 5.
i7 7700. CPU is on 100% most of the times. Ah, is it? Maybe. I'm not very familiar with the 7700. But I think it's also one of the reasons is it's not very optimized yet. Doesn't utilize as many threads as we want. so it's not able to maximize the CPUs more often than not, especially the newer ones with multiple threads. But that should also change with the Xbox release, because they are mentioning that the multi-threading functionality will be more maximized. Like right now, for example, the glass cockpits, whenever you have a fancy plane like an airliner or a plane with lots of glass cockpits, you know, the how do you call it, like the tablets and whatnot, like this one, but in the entire plane, it causes a lot of FPS loss, because those glass cockpits are taking CPU usage from the main thread, so they're all bunching up in the same thread and limiting that immensely. With the future update, they mentioned they found a way to transfer all of that to other threads, so that more threads can be utilized and less stress can be put on the main thread. It's going to be very helpful with the FPS. Oftentimes, in my case, that's the limiting factor, the glass cockpits. So that's great to hear. Now we are coming across a very interesting building here. Look at the shape of that, guys. If I look at the map, it's saying here, if you guys can do a quick Google on this or something, look at that shape. Star, and then here's like a, I don't know what that is, octagon or something. Piazza Grande. Oh.
Northeastern Italy. The town is an example of star port of the late Renaissance, built up in 1593. Palmanova was built following the ideals of a utopia. It is a concentric city with the form of a star, with 3 9-sided ring roads intersecting in the main military radiating streets. The circular shape of Palmanova was greatly influenced by the fact that it needed to be a fort. The city was built by the Venetian Republic, which was, at the time, a major center of trade. The fortifications were included in UNESCO's World Heritage Site list as part of Venetian works of defense between 15th and 17th centuries.
Interesting. Didn't quite get all of that, but explained a bit why that shape, or where that shape came from. Nice. Now you might notice lots of stuttering. That's as we load the Alps, the meshes. That one is still not optimized, unfortunately. Hopefully that improves later on. The newer Xbox are running Ryzen's now. Right, exactly. That's the trend these days, which is good. Which means developers will most likely try and take that into account. Make sure that multi-threading is part of the game. It's great for us PC users as well. So that's why I'm really excited for the Xbox release, because it gives a lot of benefits to the PC users as well. 343, looking good. Okay, next up is the town of Udine, and there will be some nice sites here. This is also Google photogrammetry, if I remember correctly. This is what I downloaded. You just look at the map to find where that is. Yeah, it should be right in front of us. Also, let me change here to terrain mode. So with terrain mode, we see color combinations. Basically, black ones are safe. Green ones are, there's a certain threshold there, like you're 1,000 feet above that place. Yellow is 500 maybe, and red is something that you'll hit if you remain at your same altitude. So it's a good indicator if you need to climb or descend, things like that. And this will become very useful as we enter the Alps, because we'll be snaking our way across some valleys, and we want to make sure that the valleys that we'll be snaking through will be at the right altitudes there. We'll see. That's Udine, right in front of us. Let's lower down again to around 1,000 feet here. Get a bit of view. Closer view. I kind of miss flying with the helicopter in this case. Look at the green stuff snaking its way closer and closer where we are, because we're lowering our altitude. Such a nice effect. Kind of scary when you get too low because lots of red popping up. But yeah, we'll make it work. So that actually shows that the elevation is slowly crawling up and up there in front, northbound, which makes sense as that's the Alps already. Further north would be Austria. Quite nice. This is Udine now. Not sure when the photogrammetry data would start. I think it's up there still. Yeah, that more dense area. Cool. Yeah, running it perfect is not really an option at the moment. Running it stable enough is more than enough. Like you see all those stutters. And that's also, to be fair, that's not only because of Microsoft. That's also because of me, because I put in so many mods that are not optimized yet. It's like the shapes of the mountains, the meshes. Those are coming from my mod, and those are not default. So as always, when you put mods in, you risk stability, you risk performance, and that's a side effect of it. But this one, yeah, this one is where the Google photogrammetry starts. How detailed that is. Each and every specific building modeled in, down to the shape and color. Let's try and take a photo here. Stop. Welcome back, Hasib. Yeah, if you have a passion for flight sims, you will enjoy this. Flight sims and sightseeing. Then Microsoft Flight Simulator would be your go-to sim. Other people don't like Microsoft Flight Sim because of its lacking systems at the moment, and that's fair. Some people really prefer the flight simulation aspects, and in some cases Microsoft Flight Sim is still lacking there, but it's able to make up for more than that with the scenery and the sightseeing. So if you want the balance between flight simulation and world generation, Flight Sim is the perfect tool for that, as you can see right in front of us. Man, that is beautiful, isn't it? Okay, man, indeed. That's the wrong hotkey. There you go. Those Calvin on at all. Right? Good. Very off to next. Even looking at the buildings from this side looks great. Yes, the stutters are real here though. I'm actually not sure where it's coming from, if it's from the mountains, because of the mountains, or because of these buildings. I have a feeling it's because of the mountains, the meshes in there, but maybe everything is kind of bunching up together and contributing to the stutters. Which is, yeah, it's severe in this case already. I hope that gets fixed. There should be a logic in there somewhere to load things in the background, and when it's done loading, bring it back to where the player will see it properly, but not impact the experience while things are loading up. So doing that in parallel, separately, not affecting the gameplay at all. Right now, yeah, it's becoming a slideshow simulator because of all that loading thing. We will see where that goes. Alright, let's start climbing here because we are going into the Alps now, and you can see all the red areas in front of us. So what we want is for those paths that we are taking, those need to be at least green, black if possible, but green should be good enough. Definitely not red though, so we'll need to climb here, push forward on the throttle a bit. And let's see. NASA computer. Not even a NASA computer would work here because it's really a limitation in the coding. They really need to improve the logic, how things load up, how things are synchronized and whatnot. So more power will not be a solution in this case, unfortunately. That being said, once things do load, it starts looking great. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think 2,000 feet should be good enough for now. Lowering the RPM again, that comfortable hum, not overly screaming at us. There you go. And we should be able to zoom in here so we can see exactly where we're going. i5 integrated HD graphics, oh yeah, that can be challenging. That one might need an upgrade. Four cores and 8 threads. That should be more than enough for Flight Simulator, I think. The way how it's not utilizing many threads right now, I think that's just enough. What's the clock speed on that CPU? Intel CPU should be pretty powerful on the clock speed, even the older generations, if I remember correctly. No, the 1070 is my backup. I was planning to sell it, but I need a backup in case things go south. Imagine this. In case the GPU I'm using wouldn't work anymore and I don't have a replacement GPU, that means literally no videos in the channel until I get one. And with the current shortage in the world, who knows when I'll be able to get one, right? So having a safety in stock makes sense if you want to have videos continuing regardless. Yeah, but yes, I was planning on selling it before. Not anymore though. Okay, that's I think more than a stutter now. It's actually hanging. I was hoping that this would get better because I went here yesterday already. I thought this would preload stuff, but yeah, I guess in this case, when it comes to the shapes of the mountains, it can't really be stored. It has to be computed each time when you go to the area. So you really will get stutters in this area. Stop stuttering on me. Okay, entering the valley. Not sure. Yeah, maybe CPU limited then. I'm not familiar with the CPU enough. Pre-order Cat C50, nice. I'll definitely be making a vid on that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to use that for the convoy on Friday because he locks his files. That makes me rethink if he'll be having a convoy on Friday or we just check that out. We'll see. Depends which you guys prefer. I'm okay either way. 353. Just got the email. Great to hear. How are we doing there? It does seem a bit tight in some cases. Might do if we climb a bit. Maybe 2,500 should be enough. If I remember correctly, we'll be sneaking around the valleys here, and there's actually an airport somewhere in between the valley. Quite interesting location, or maybe an airstrip more like. There we go. Black things starting to appear in the terrain radar. That's good news. Means we're climbing high enough. Let's keep it up. That would depend on you, Michael. That would depend mainly on your interests. We have some people in the community who like both truck sims and flight sims. Although we have more people who like truck sims only. So as you can see with the people here in chat right now, even though we are streaming flight sim, most of the topics are still truck sim related, and that's fine. But yeah, it would really depend on you. We have a few people who like both. We have even fewer people who like only flight sims. But yeah, for me personally, I like both, so I try to alternate them. I started getting into flight sims, when was that, guys? 2 years ago, I think. Just tried X-Plane out because it was on Steam sale, and I immediately got hooked. I knew nothing about it 2 years ago. Knew nothing about flying virtual planes and knowing the rules and whatnot. But as I tried it out, it didn't start making sense. Not until like a few months after. But it was so good, there was so much to learn, you know. It was so exciting to learn all those intricacies. The physics, the science, how planes fly, what do each of these knobs do, what are they for, and stuff like that. And it just got me hooked. So much so that I decided to stop playing other games in the channel and focus on truck sims and flight sims only. So I realized I need to focus if I really want to explore the depth that these sims have to offer. Hey LL, how are you doing, man? What have you been flying these days? I'm good with that plan. Let's see what others think. I'll post it in Discord. Is this where the airport is? No, not yet. Very nice towns though. It does seem kind of scary having a town like there right at the base of the mountain. I would imagine they would have some measures to prevent, I don't know, possible landslides or whatnot. Man, this looks great. The stutters are finally starting to dissipate. I think it's starting to load most of the stuff in already. This is very chill flying with this plane. How it feels and flying this is just so real. Like no fidgeting, no I don't know, it just seems, for lack of a better term, organic. Very nice. I don't go online on Steam anymore, or I think am I online right now? Maybe, but I don't really pay attention to it. I only use it when required. .085 I'll be heading. I wish there was a way to automate this course adjustment thing. Just for lazy me. 323. Or I can just ignore it completely. That can work as well. But make sure I don't descend too fast. Keep that nose level. Clouds are getting lower and lower Might not be the best time for sightseeing. We'll see. Working instead. Islander to relax in the Bahamas. Oh yeah, I saw that you posted that. The, what do you call it? BN2 Islander? I'm not familiar with the plane. What do you like about it? Maybe I'll try it out too sometime. Maybe let's climb to 3,000 feet because I see the next waypoint where we make this U-turn. It's all green. I want that to be black at the very least. The turbo arrow is amazing. Gives you that perfect GA vibes for hand flying. And it gives you enough power to get across wherever you need to go. Whether that's above mountains or in, well, not in such bad weather still no de-icing, but yes, much faster, much higher. It doesn't help much if you stay at like 2,000, 3,000 feet. The performance will not vary that much versus the normally aspirated arrow. But yeah, when you get higher altitude, the turbo really kicks in. Helps with all that air intake. Easy to fly and trim, but not much good for sightseeing. The Islander? Ah, I see. How about the systems? Is that a very complex plane? Is it well simulated? What kind of simulation was put in? 061. Okay, this is where the airport is. Yeah, there in front of us. Libo. No, it's Lima Juliet Bravo Oscar, I think. Okay. Should be right in front of us. We should be able to make a landing straight in here if we slow down enough. Maybe enjoy the view a bit. Announce that we are on final. We're too high. Boost pump, landing lights. First notch of flaps. Might need to do a forward slip here. Right rudder, left aileron. Speed up that descent without speeding up our airspeed. Okay, there you go. More. There's the runway in front of us, guys. See it? It's a grass strip basically. There we are. Beautiful. Oh, bad time to do a stutter. Sharp dive. There we are. Just ease it along, ease it along. There you go. And we have some beautiful views here, overlooking the mountains and everything. And look at how scary that looks now. Everything is red. Not well simulated, no EGT working. Ah, I see. But it looks good from the external view. Yeah, the turbo arrow really helps a lot. That was one of my main complaints with the normal arrow. It was not powerful enough to get to where you need to go sometimes. Yeah, Very nice airstrip, right? Huge area here, just nice sightseeing tour. Very cool. Let's loop around and just enjoy the scenery. 81 degrees on the course. 70 degrees on the runway heading. Let's try and look for the runway again. We'll need flaps. I guess 1 notch would do for that soft field takeoff, and I'll see if that actually works. When you're taking off from a soft field, what they've taught is to, it's a bit of a different procedure versus the normal takeoff, because you kind of pull up as early as possible to lift the nose. So the nose wheel lifts up as soon as possible, and you kind of let the ground effect carry you up, and then you stay there a bit, just floating to pick up the airspeed. And then when you get to that intended airspeed, then you climb. So you kind of like stay there, like hovering in a way. Kind of interesting concept, but they do that for the soft fields, I think. Probably to lessen the chance of impacting when you have like rocks and uneven surfaces in front. Like having all the tires on the ground is risky, right? You can, if you get across a large stone or something, it might be deadly. So I guess they try to minimize the contact with the ground by doing that approach. So you're like floating already as early as possible to lessen the risk of getting into a foreign object or something. I guess it's somewhere around those lines. Now where is the runway? Trying to look for it. I think it's this one in front. Lose electricity if you're not using the generators. Okay, at least that one is simulated. That's good to hear. Not much runway needed. Take off or land anywhere. Ah, nice. No bush wheels, but it can stand the terrain. Great to hear. Not bad. How's the handling? Or the autopilot? Is there such a thing? Okay, let's see. 40 inches of manifold pressure. Lift the nose up. Let's see if that works. That one. So we lift the nose up, and then we see if we can climb that way. There we go. All wheels are off, but let's stay here until we get enough airspeed, and then once we have enough, 75, then we climb up and raise the landing gear. I think something to that effect. I didn't execute it well enough, or perfectly, but it should be well enough. Quite interesting, those kinds of takeoffs. Granted, we don't really simulate that kind of foreign object damage here. Like the grasses will always be stable. There will be no chance that you get stuck on a pothole or something. But still, it's nice to simulate these things. How's the temperature on these parts? Okay, still good. Alright, let's continue. Handling is easy, autopilot is basic, it's an old plane. Ah, from the 70s, nice. Speaking of old planes, are you excited about the DC-6? I've never flown one in any sim, but I've been watching the videos. It looks very interesting. I might buy it. It will be super expensive, I can imagine, being a PMDG plane, but I think it will be worth it for the simulation. If you really want hardcore simulation, that's the company to go to, from what I've heard. You're interested? Nice. We'll go and learn it together, I imagine. Alright, here we are. 3,000 feet should be good enough. Lower the RPM to 2300 again. That should be good. Lean the mixture just a tad. Let's look for the peak. There's the peak. Let's get 100 degrees rich of that. There you go. Maybe let's stay at 3,500. That might be a fair altitude to be at in here. Yeah, I was looking at the forums, the posts. It was surprising actually. That sounds, I don't know, it sounds pretty expensive to me. 75 USD lifetime purchase. I don't know, it seems pricey for a GPS system. It's more expensive than the Arrow, right? An entire plane. If you want to buy it one-off. I'm not sure I am in favor of that pricing, but maybe I just don't see the big picture. We'll see if others will agree. What do you think about it personally? You can use it in a plane, that's true. Yeah. So that's for the premium features, right? The basic will still be free, hopefully. So I might just stick with the basic one if ever. If that's too expensive. $15 per year. The 15 per year might actually be good too. Eventually, if you sim long enough, you'll be paying more than the one-time thing, but if you only use it for a year or so, that would be great. Oh, 25. Okay. That might be worth it. For Navigraph and Metar, so we have charts, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's pretty high. Didn't see that coming. Let's go full climb here. Show me the power of the turbo arrow. Looks like we'll be going up through the clouds, which is not a good deal. I might have to change the weather, guys, so that we have some nice views. This is not conducive to sightseeing. Let's go to scattered. That's more like it. Look at how fast that guy climbs. Phew.
The Vršac Pass, with an elevation of 1,611 meters, is a high mountain pass across the Julian Alps in northwestern Slovenia. It is the highest pass in Slovenia, as well as the highest in the eastern Julian Alps. It connects Upper Carniora with the Trenta Valley in the Slovene Littoral. The road across the pass, now known as Russian Road, was originally built for military purposes in the early 19th century and followed an earlier trade route. The Vršac Pass is considered an excellent starting
Have
point
a good one, man. Thanks for dropping by.
Peaks.
We're gonna die. Believe. Now the meshes look great, but the textures are a bit low quality, aren't they? I think that's a limitation of the sim. The satellite imagery they have here probably not the best textures. Yeah, it probably got stretched because of the mountains too. Might not be helping matters. 6,000 feet already, and continuing our climb. Let's climb to around 6,500 maybe. There we go. Oh my goodness. It's getting pretty bumpy in here though. The updrafts and downdrafts from the mountains. Because we have 5 knots coming from our left, so we'd have some downdrafts when we get close to these mountains here, pushing us downwards. Switch of peak right there. Good. 347. Alright, there you go. Yeah, it is a huge memory consumption. It has a huge memory consumption. I upgraded to 32 gigs just because of that. They mentioned they cut the memory consumption in half for the Xbox release. I'm not sure if that's video RAM or actual RAM consumption. I am hoping it's both, but we'll see when that gets applied. They are continuing their optimizations on it. $279. 6,500. Come on.
The Sava is a river in Central Europe, a right tributary of the Danube. It
Sava.
flows through Slovenia, Croatia and along its border with Bosnia and Herzegovina, and finally through
beautiful.
Serbia, feeding into the Danube in its capital, Belgrade. The Sava forms the main northern limit of the Balkan Peninsula and the
Where?
southern
Oh,
edge
that
of the
river.
Hungarian plain. The
Is that a
Sava
river or is that a road?
990 kilometers long, including the 45-kilometer Sava Dolinka headwater rising in Zelenci, Slovenia. It is the greatest tributary of the Danube by volume of water and second largest after the Tisa in terms of catchment area and length. It drains a significant
It
portion
worked
of the
a bit
Dinaric
better,
Alps region
not
through the
humongously
major
so.
tributaries of Drina, Horsna, Kupa,
I would suggest waiting for the update,
Bossert, and Kuka.
unless
The
you
Sava
have
is one of
a
the
lot of
longest
budget
rivers
and
in
don't
Europe
mind the
and
extra
among
cost.
the longest tributaries of another river.
I think it lessened the
population in the
stutters.
Sava River basin is estimated at 8.
I think it lessened the stutters overall, but not really that dramatic. Because as you can see, we still have so many stutters. I think it's really an update that will be needed to solve these issues. Some textures are missing, like those areas right there. Although these ones are good, well, I guess because they have trees to cover the imperfections. But those mountains right there look amazing. Okay, glad we're headed that way. Yeah, I think a new CPU will be much more beneficial. Actually, yes, you know what? Yeah, that's right. I think it's a good move to upgrade both. Hey bro, how's it going? What have you been up to? Where have you been taking photos? So, not sure where we're headed here. I think we're snaking our way through here in this valley. We can actually just go above and fly straight, but where's the fun in that, right? We want to stay right at the edge of the mountains, maybe. Beautiful. Oh, making new skins. Look at you. Nice. Any hints what those will be? 011. Let's try and get away from these clouds here. We don't want a sudden mountain popping out of nowhere. Those are the views I'm looking forward to. Starting to get them now. Although I think, would it look much better from above or below? What do you guys think? Should we climb or should we descend? We can maybe try and climbing a bit just to see how it looks, and then let's see if we like it, and we can stay there if we do. Don't overboost. There you go. Push it through. Mexico? Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's keep hush-hush about it. To Rohan at least. Did they say what kind of animals will be included? 279 or right there. Ooh, what is that? It's like a huge tall building in there, a spire. Those are the views that I look forward to when I fly this sim. Just taking photos left and right. Very hot tacos. Sounds good to me. Okay, let's zoom out a bit here. That's more like it. We should actually be going to one of the handcrafted airports I've downloaded in Lienz in Austria. We have a look at the flight plan where we are. That's getting close. Yeah, actually it is getting closer. Alright, let's keep that going. We'll see, maybe we can explore that area. We've been doing a lot of exploration in that area with the helicopter, with the Bell 47, but might be a different perspective from here. No animals yet. Any release dates shared? There you go. Mountains galore. Only possible with a turbo. Yeah, the Piper, the normal Arrow wouldn't be able to reach this high. Not this fast at least. Let's continue our climb, maybe 11,000. See how that looks from in between cloud layers. Canadian hunter map when everything Canadian. Hunting some Scotsmans. Why not? But yes, that's what I noticed. I've been flying this plane for a couple of hours offline. Just continuing the UK tour part 2 in Scotland and Northern Ireland. Not many scenic sites there at the moment. I think I'm in that leg where it's like purely water and not that exciting. But it gives me a chance to explore the area, the plane rather, a bit more. It's quite nice getting a feel for it and the power of what it can do. It also has an autopilot feature actually, which we can utilize. It's a bit cheaty, but it's there. So we can actually say, if I go to nav mode here and turn on autopilot, that will actually control the heading. It's only the pitch that I need to worry about, if I remember correctly. So it will follow the entire waypoint on autopilot. It does have autopilot, so you can stay outside and just continue sightseeing all throughout. Wouldn't be that exciting for me though. I want to hand fly it as much as possible. There's also an altitude hold, so if we want, we can press this magic area here. I think in reality it doesn't exist, but the developers just flight added it for ease of use for long trips like this, so you don't have to worry about staying at an altitude. But yeah, it's nice to have, but I don't want to utilize it, so let's go back to hand flying. Kind of like the feel of the yoke. 316, somewhere there. Taking a lot of CPU. Oh yes, because it does a lot of computations. Comparing it with other games, other games are very enclosed. You know, it limits what is there versus what is in reality. It's a very closed environment, so it only needs to compute little things. Like for example, in first-person shooters, right? It loads that area, and then it loads the objects, the characters, and everything. But compare that with what a simulator loads. This is why they say it's not a game, it's a simulator, because it has so many elements in it. That's why also the FPS expectations are different. Because imagine what comes into play here. All the wind that's coming from all over is going through mountains, is going through the clouds, right? And each part of that wind goes through each part of that plane and has an effect. So all those computations, imagine all those computations happening every second in real time. That will really eat a lot of the CPU. Not to mention all the dials and all the systems in the plane itself. So all of those things combined together, it's really expected that the simulator eats up a lot of CPU power. So if in other games you expect to have like 120 FPS, 140, 165, in a simulator like this, 60 is like the holy grail. 30 is more than enough. Hey Alex, you be late. You made it. That's what's important. How's it going, man? Busy days? The new C15. How goes it? How goes it? I heard from a Civ that it was released for pre-orders. I'll definitely be checking it out soon. Yes, definitely, Michael. That's also a big factor. Although they like the clouds, I think the rendering of the clouds, it falls onto the GPU. But the calculations of the wind, the aerodynamics and whatnot, those are CPU related. So a lot of calculations everywhere. So how do we like the view at 11,000 feet? Do we like to stay there, or would you want to snake through valleys? Let me know if you have a preference. Otherwise we'll be mixing it up every now and then. 11,000 feet, let's lower that down to around 32 inches. And let's get back to 2300 RPM. And get the right power mixture there. That's the peak. Where's the peak? There's the peak. Pitch of peak 100 degrees is around that point. Okay. Very bassy turbo whine and ungodly jake brake made you giggle. Sounds good to me. I was originally planning on doing a convoy on Friday, but I think this changes the plan. I think we'll be going with that. And then maybe next week convoy. Maybe by then mods will be supported already, one can hope. Looks good. Ultra. Yeah, might be challenging. Let me know how it works. Nice clouds indeed, yes. Unfortunately, live weather was not very conducive for sightseeing, so I put in the tried and tested scattered preset for those beautiful looking clouds. Blends perfectly with the mountain range. Look at that view, guys. Very nice. Okay, just keep it at 11,000 feet. 30 FPS 2K, there you go. Nice. That works then. We want to let's just overfly Lienz, because that one is Lienz right there already. Lima Oscar Kilo Lima. That's where we've been flying in the helicopter videos, but this time I think we'll just pass it by, fly over it literally, and then move on. But man, that valley looks so tempting. It's like saying, come here, land here. That looks so good. The high-low fuel pump settings for, I'm not sure when the high is used. The low one you use for landings and takeoffs. I imagine that's to ensure that there's fuel being fed to the engine to minimize the risk of engine failure. So that's a safety precaution. The high, I'm not sure what the usage is. I haven't seen a use case for it. I don't think it's simulated. I don't think we'll need it. Yeah, right now we don't need it, definitely. Yeah, but what we might need are pitot heaters right there, because right now it's around -8 degrees Celsius outside. That might contribute to freezing, especially if we go through some clouds, to icing. Ground speed right now 158 knots, and that's with 5 knots of headwind. Lengberg Castle. Oh, yeah, that's part of the scenery that I downloaded. It's too small here, but yeah, we've seen that in the different video already. The airport should be right across there, I think. Let's see if we can spot it, and then let's move away. 302. Still little lagging. Yeah, I think a stutter-free experience is not achievable yet. In some cases, yes, but in many cases, not yet. We'll have to hang tight for that, for those optimizations. So the airport should be right there. 1 second, if I can find it. There. That's the airport. A tad too high for landing on there, I guess. But works good enough. This view, definitely a different point of view from when we've been flying the helicopter. Nice change of scenery. Alright. Oh, we've been climbing. Let's descend again here. 11,000 feet. Man, that mountain looks great. Now, what I heard from Trogloditos, the creator of these sceneries, these meshes, he said that this area, Lienz, this airport, to the north is the Hohe Tauern mountain range in Austria. To the south are the Italian Dolomites, I think. Does that ring a bell, guys? I know of the Dolomite term, but in a very different context in the Philippines. It's a huge controversy. But the Dolomites, is that a mountain range in Italy? Is that ring a bell for you? That might be it. This might be it. Parts of it. Parts of it at least. That view. Okay. Do a nose dive landing. 9 FPS. There you go. Let's move on to the next leg. Skip that one, going to the airport. Let's activate this leg. Yes. There you go. 141 on the course. Looking good. Oh yeah, looking good indeed. Yeah, this is something that the helicopter cannot do. So, how's it been going in your end, guys? Perfectly playable. Yes, 9 FPS. Slideshow simulator. Have you guys been trucking? Working on other sims? Has anyone heard of that new feature in PC Building Simulator? That got me interested again. The IT support kind of expansion or something? I think they're working on something new. I definitely want to try that. I think it's currently in beta testing at the moment, but looks promising. Bus Simulator 21, also some news there. Quite nice. 158. Just enjoying the view. Trim it down a bit. Keeps wanting to put the nose up there. Go for Dolomite Mountains are a mountain range located in northeastern Italy. I think this should be the area where we're at, supposedly. So if it's northeast of Italy, that should be north of Udine, right? Yeah, we're here exactly. This might be it. This might be part of it. Ooh. Starting to get lag again. Come on, hang in there. Pre-release. John Route to W900. Oh, perfect. Yeah, exactly, Panda. You know it. You know it. 9 FPS. Oh my goodness, for real? I guess you'll have great screenshots. You do you. Yeah, the Cat C15. Great to hear. Sorry for the pun. Boo. Yeah, I started getting comments in YouTube about people asking for more ATS stuff, but then again, with comments in YouTube, you know that if you've been in Discord, it's getting harder and harder to keep on reading the comments there. It's getting more and more toxic. It's either entitled people or people who are very how do you say, not open to ideas, maybe. and it's just not conducive to a discussion. But there are the nice comments still, so it's still worth overall reading through them. It's just needs a lot of filtering on my brain to keep the noise out. YouTube commenters are so gracious, I know, right? It's healthy for them, the mental well-being. Bro, 3 FPS, oh my goodness. For science. Exactly. I don't think you can even fly anymore with 9 FPS, let alone 3. Now we might be a bit too high for these mountains. Can't see all the details anymore, so I think I'll start descending here a bit. I think there is an airport right there below. Anyway, we'll just keep on descending until we start seeing those colors come up on the terrain radar. Let's enjoy the view. We don't need to refuel yet. This plane seems like it has a lot of a huge range. Not even 1/4. We haven't even used up 1/4 of our fuel. Quite nice. Yeah, that might be contributing to it, Michael. Yeah, Panda. Yeah. I could go into a discussion with him. I think we are talking about different things. And I think he has a point in his own sense, but the way he says it and the way his mind is made up, it's not worth it. So I just let him move on and stay with the channels that he likes to watch. It's not worth my effort, my precious time. I'd rather spend that time with you guys. Oh, mush alert. I can run it out of fuel, please no. Please no. I missed an airstrip below. I don't even see it. Maybe that one? It's too small though. The problem is at this view, at this height, everything becomes satellite imagery, which is much less detailed. So I want to get closer so we get more of that detail back in. Also, there's a nice river flowing through that valley. Yeah, it's a huge river we can see below. 154 here. Exactly. Too much Gilmore Girls. That's what happens when you watch too much of that. Too much mushiness. Don't talk about donuts, you're getting me hungry. Next best thing, water. Alex would agree. I can imagine, Michael. Very flying. Let me turn off track IR for a bit so I can rest my head. There it is. Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to join the chat. We are exploring Italy right now. I think we are in Italy already. If not, then border of Italy and Austria. The Alps. 206 on the heading. On the course, rather. But yeah, reading the YouTube comments is starting to get really toxic. I need to moderate it. I guess people are getting stressed everywhere with quarantines and everything, depending on where you are. Trying to be a bit more understanding, but sometimes that's hard. Man, that is beautiful. Looking over the wing here, seeing those reflections. And look at those ailerons move as I move the controls. Very nice. That's more like it. Maybe 4,500 or 3,500. Let's see what altitude would be nice to play at. .271. A172. Nice name. Thanks. I would imagine you're a flight sim fan, huh? What's with the OK man on the dashboard? Yeah, I like it. That's a tail number. That's the tail number of the plane. Now, from what I know, the first two digits here, the first two characters, stand for a country. So this is based on a specific country. Like for example, if you're an aircraft from Austria, I think you would have a tail number of Oscar, O, and X-ray, X, if I remember correctly. Okay, I'm not sure which country that's from. And then usually it's letters, a combination of letters. So they made it OK Man, which I have no qualms about. Now I want to land at this airport in front, but I think we're pretty high. Because that guy is over there already, I think. That's the one. But maybe we can make our way around. Let's see. Nah, let's just keep it there. 3,500, I think. Let's keep it. So I'm seeing some high elevations right in front of us. Let's get the peak in there. Peak EGT, there's the peak. 100 degrees reach of peak. For that best power to fuel economy ratio. I see the airport, airstrip, whatnot. I still don't see it. I am seeing this beautiful looking view though. Let's take a photo of that nice lighting. So now where are we off to? Snaking through that valley, which is a bit higher, I think. So we might need to climb again. Hey Maxard, thanks for joining. Welcome back. Not far from where you grew up. Oh, nice. Where is that? Nice. Maybe we can have you as our tour guide. So we definitely need to climb here. Seeing some yellow spots in front. Maybe back to 4,000 or 4,500 even. But yes, I like this feeling better. Staying in the nooks and crannies of the Dolomites. If these are indeed the Dolomites. I know, right? I wish we could get something like this in Truck Sim too. But look at that. Just how that looks is amazing. There are no words. Actually got goosebumps seeing those reflections. Should be fine at 4,000. Stick it there. You grew up in the French Alps. Ah, nice. Grenoble and Chambéry. Right. So more to the west, I guess, right? That's where we're headed. More or less, I guess. Let's see. Oh yes, it's so shaky. We have downdrafts. The wind is coming from that side beyond the mountain, and as the wind goes down here, it flows through us, so that gives us a bit more turbulent winds in this area. It's nice to see that there are actually updrafts and downdrafts. It's not that static. Near the biggest European Aero Club. Oh, nice. What's the name of that one? Maybe I would bet there's a scenery for that. Maybe I've even seen it. Custom scenery for this, for the sim. I would imagine. Leveso. Probably nailed that pronunciation. Thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. I don't do well with French, unfortunately. Yikes, that's pretty high. Full RPM, please. Full throttle as well. Let's climb. Look at that climb rate, guys. 2,000 feet per minute. On a small plane like this. Probably cannot sustain that for long, but still, 2,000. Best climb rate would be around 100 knots roughly. So let's get to climbing. Hey Sid, welcome back. Where did you go? Man, those mountains look nice. Snow-capped mountains and everything. Two to 8. Do we have enough height for this? Not yet, but we will. Just climb steeper. Oh my goodness, that's stuttering. JP would enjoy it here. Hey Banger. Did I model my weight? Like in the weight and balance? Not really. I put in full fuel tanks and then there's only one person in the weight. So only the pilot. That looks good. I think we're okay at this height. 6,500. Man, those look nice. Maybe this is Dolomites. This are? Get my idea. Yeah, the Dolomites is a very touchy topic in the Philippines. That's where I first heard the term. I didn't know it was a mountain range. But it's a very controversial topic in the Philippines because it was a, how do you say? I think they're kind of using it as a landfill, like reclaiming the land, you know, and I think they call it Dolomites, and I think they're importing it from somewhere, so I guess they're importing it from here, unless that's a different Dolomites altogether. But yeah, people are complaining because it's the pandemic and everything, and we need all the resources we can get. And some people are complaining that why are the resources being allocated to doing decoration stuff, ornamental stuff, versus putting that into healthcare and whatnot. You know, that's the extent of what I have with the Dolomites. But yeah, I didn't know it was a mountain range. Is it my actual weight? No, I wish it was. A tad lighter, just a tad lighter than my actual weight. Some downdrafts there. Keep it steady. Keep away from those tips of the mountains. That's where the downdrafts are the strongest, if I understand correctly. Okay, 6,500. We can keep it there. Clean that properly. There you go. 100 degrees, reach of peak. Awesome. 209. Okay. Ooh, stutters are real. Starting again. It's one of the side effects of these improved mountain meshes. The stutters are immense. I'm not sure if in the default scenery you get as much stutters, but you definitely get less defined mountains, more rounded ones, less dramatic looking ones. So is it worth the performance impact? That's up to you. For me it is. Because those round mountains, they're a bit off-putting. Like removing the dramatic effect of the mountains. Dolomite is a mineral too. Ah, then maybe it came from somewhere. Does anyone know? Do the Dolomites have... This region, does it have Dolomites? That's the name? Is that connected? Love Flight Sim. Can't go see them right now because of COVID. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly my sentiments as well. I'm using Flight Sim for virtual flights because traveling in real life is not a possibility at the moment. So this is the closest thing you can get. And it's amazing. Electricity outage in your area. Yikes. Thankfully you have mobile data. Guys, remember the days without mobile data? When you have an electricity outage, really outage, you have to find ways to entertain yourself. Play Monopoly, read a book. Now, when there's an outage, you go on your phone and you continue surfing. You continue being online. Calcined dolomite is also used as a catalyst for the destruction of tar and the gasification of biomass at high temperature. Oh my goodness, so much science in that statement. Using it for waste disposal. Sorry, yeah, I think I misspoke. It's not landfill, it's reclaiming. Not for garbage, for making more land. Something like that. Making like the sea area or the bay area, making it land. Days of phones with cords, yeah. Days without mobiles. I know, right? The rotary phone. Yeah, some people I think don't know how to use that anymore. I think they even have videos about that. They ask kids to try and use that phone, to dial with that, and then I think the kids start like pressing them or something. Pressing them as if they were buttons. Interesting. Better mountains, bigger stutters. Yeah, at the moment, unfortunately. I hope Microsoft improves that, because I'm sure it has something to do with the way they load stuff. Instead of waiting on each other, they could hopefully make it that the things load in the background, and when it's ready, it gets shown. And that might introduce the effect that until it loads, it's not there. So that might introduce pop-ups. So instead of getting stutters, you get pop-ups, pop-ins. But I think pop-ins are better than outright stutters. So maybe it's a valid, a worthy trade-off. Old Kids Club. Oh my goodness. What do you call a bro that's old? You have to find a word for it. Do you call it an Alex or a Jack? Nah, just kidding. I take it back. Or do I? Bro, that's old. It's a sir. Ah. So you have a bro zone and a sir zone? I'm not as scared of these clouds anymore. Legally, we shouldn't do this. But then again, who's checking? And in terms of icing, we've proven with the recent video, icing is not a problem anymore. It's not excessive. Even if you go into icing conditions, it will melt right off most of the time. Let's go and descend here. So let's see, 187 on the course, somewhere around that point. Your Royal Highness. Oh my goodness. I don't think anyone will agree to that, but we can try if it sticks. Bro old. How about broad? I take offense to what you just said, but I can't remember what it was. Oh my goodness. All too relatable. Can we do a flight following thing here? Add a bit of spice. Here's some traffic.
Treviso approach Piper Oscar Kilo.
Treviso.
Mike Alpha November
Treviso
is type
approach.
Piper Arrow 4
Sounds
miles
Italian,
northeast
right?
of Lima, India Delta Bravo 5,300 feet. Request flight following.
Piper Oscar Kilo, Mike Alpha November Treviso approach. Squawk 6427.
6427. Enter.
Piper Mike Alpha November radar contact 3 miles northeast of Lima, India Delta Bravo 4,900 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Session checks.
Roger, Piper Mike Alpha November.
Looking good. 223 on the course there. Let's get back to 3,500. Hey Surreal, welcome to the stream. Hope you find the mods list useful. Let us know if you have any particular mod you're looking for. Just enough to get in the club. Exactly. That looks pretty good from here. Where are we going next? Let me see. Oh, there is an airport up ahead. Okay, let's try and land there. Let's see. So if we look at that airport only, runways would be 36 and 18. Okay, 36 and 18. I think 18 would be perfect for us. So let's try and well, let's just do this manually. So put the heading on 18 just as a visual reference. And I think the airport is probably that one. Maybe. Is it beyond the river? Past the river? I think so. So that might be it. So I think in terms of altitude, we are on the right spot here. Let's see if we can tune in. Let's cancel flight
Treviso
following.
approach, Piper Mike Alpha November, cancel flight following.
Let's contact tower. If that
Piper Mike
airport
Alpha
has a
November,
tower.
Treviso approach cancellation received. Squawk 7000.
Okay,
Frequency
let's
change approved.
start slowing down here. Ooh, stutters. Let's lower the landing gear. Which airport are you? Lima, India, Yankee Lima. This guy. Avio Superficie. Oh no, it's only traffic. Okay. Runway 18 is what I want. Full stop landing.
Lima India Yankee Lima traffic, Piper Oscar Kilo, Mike Alpha November, 3 miles northeast, 2,500 feet inbound to land, runway 18.
We can find it, that is. Take a short break. Do the mods work fine in 141? I like the sound of that. So are you staying in 141, Alex, when you're testing out the sounds? That would be great. Ooh, that's good looking. Where's the runway, guys? Should be right in front of us. Put one notch of flaps in. Turn on a boost pump, landing lights. And now I'm not scared to use my rudder. I was before, when it was so twitchy. Thanks to that tip from Alex and Bao Bao about the contact cleaner. It actually works. Where the heck is the airport? You guys see it? I actually gone past it. What the heck? Where? Oh yeah, I'm way past it. Interesting. Okay. Might have to go around here. Might be that one. Is it this one? Oh my goodness, that's so... That's a bit underwhelming. I'm not sure I want to land there. I was expecting like a full-blown airport because of that diagram. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Going
Lima
around.
India Yankee Lima traffic, Piper Oscar Kilo, Mike Alpha November, going around.
Never mind. 141 for good. Oh, great to hear. Increased delivery time promos are not compatible. Looks fine so far. Great. Mac B61, that's the old truck, right? The mirrors are good now? Nice. Did that get an update? That's why it's fixed now. Turn off the boost pump and the landing lights. Let's go ahead and request flight following again.
Treviso approach, Piper Oscar Kilo, Mike Alpha November is type Piper Arrow 1 miles north of Lima, India, Yankee Lima 2,900 feet. Request flight following.
Piper Oscar Kilo, Mike Alpha November, Treviso approach. Squadron 172.
B172.
Piper Mike Alpha November, radar contact 1 mile southeast of Lima, India, uniform Yankee 3,100 feet. Altimeter 29.9 or 2.
Yeah. That's us.
Roger, Piper Mike Alpha November.
W900 by John Ruda. That's lined up already. Chi was here a while ago, and he was. That is amazing. Thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody, and that's the perfect name. We ourselves are bros here at the moment. Welcome, bros.
Bro.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, do a barrel roll. How's everyone? 3 guys streaming a while ago. Turbo arrow indeed. Flying is life. I like the sound of that. Stick to 3,500 here. 32 inches maybe. Manifold pressure. Let's lower the RPM to 2,300. That steady hum. Looking good there. Let's lean the mixture just a tad. There you go. Alright. Off we go to the next waypoint. Where are we? We are in Italy, I believe. Somewhere in between Italy and Austria. But I think mostly in Italy now. Exploring the Alps. Have a lot of trying out a lot of community mods from FlightSim.2. Lots from Troglodytes with the improved mountain meshes and stuff. The mountains do look a lot better, a lot sharper. Although sometimes it translates to huge stutters as well. So it's a bit of a drawback, but I think overall it's worth it. So we get those more refined mountains, more defined, less rounded ones. Interesting waypoints up ahead. Looks like we'll be circling around. Yeah, look at that. So we'll be going to this airport and then looping around, then going back in to that valley. Okay, quite interesting. Let's follow it step by step and then adjust as necessary. Okay, man. Yes, my favorite tail number at the moment. There you go. Okay, man, everywhere, even below the wing. My bad. There you go. That actually looks nice, huh? Let's take a photo of that. There you go. 257. Yeah, flying with the arrow is so relaxing. And now with the turbo arrow, get that same relaxing vibe, but now you can go across more places, climb higher, faster. Just makes it so much more versatile. I don't think I'll be going back to the normal arrow anymore. The only other thing I'm waiting for is someone's making a high resolution interior texture set, and they just released it for the normal arrow. So if you look closely enough, the textures on the turbo arrow and the normal arrow, they're not the highest quality in here. Like this one, if you zoom, it's a bit low quality, and you see that every time because that's in front of you. Also here, quite low quality in some cases if you zoom close enough. It's less than that volume. But yeah, with that mod, everything should become high res. I think there might even be options for different colors We'll see how that goes, but it should be coming next week based on what the mod author was saying. I forgot his name, but when I download it, when I try it out, I'll definitely add it to the mods list. And for those who are interested in checking out the list of mods I use, exclamation point mods gives you the entire list, the spreadsheet across all games as well. Just make sure you click the tab. And for those who are craving for more videos, whether that's truck sim or flight sim, I release daily videos in YouTube. Feel free to check it out. Exclamation point YouTube gets you there. Thanks, Jack. Wow. That was pretty fast. Two five. Getting old. Let me see. Why am I getting kicked around? 1 second, there we go. Downdraft from somewhere probably. Yeah, it looks like there is an airport right in the middle of the mountains there. Now I want to check that out. If we have a look here. Lida. Ashago. Is that familiar? Does that sound familiar, guys? 08 and 26. Maybe we can try for a runway 26 approach. Let's see. But we'll need to climb. We'll definitely need to climb for that. If we look at that again, I really like this touchscreen vibe of this GTN 750. So user friendly. So we have the runway 3438. What's the elevation of this airport? 3,000 foot elevation. So we should be okay. But I guess we're pretty close. So it might be better if we climb to around 5,000 feet. So let's do that. Should work. Yeah, that's still good. Boulder. That wasn't me. Not my words. At least not anymore. Ooh. Scenic shot. Actually, it's a scenic shot wherever you look. Okay, let's have a look at that before we dive into more of these things. Let's get a look of that waypoint again. That airport has a 3,400 foot runway. That should be more than enough. 2.6. Okay, so it's 2.6. Should be more or less a straight in for us. We'll see if we can make that work. Now this mountain on our right looks pretty high, but I think we can just skirt around the edges of it. Hey Fang! Yeah, long time no see, how have you been? Are you still into flight sims? Me? Still good. Just enjoying flight sim here as much as I can. Still enjoying your liveries. Still flying with them as much as I could. Awesome job on those. Hey AK, how have you been, man? Thanks for joining. Okay, so there is this mountain on our right, but the airport looks like it's there in that valley. We should see it soon as we crest this mountain. Cool. Okay, so with that as the next waypoint, what we can do is to go to OBS mode here and then set up the course for 260. 1 second. 260. So 260 here. Where are we going? And then 260 on the course there as well, just matching it up. There you go. Gives us a better view of where we are and how off we are. Mixture going to full. 3 miles away, we'll need to descend quicker, I think. I don't quite see the runway yet. Oh, there it is. Is that the one? Looks like it's a bit off though. Not so sure. Anyway, landing gears going down. Boost pump, landing lights. Is it that guy? It is, isn't it? That's nowhere near 2.6, and I don't think this approach is good for it because there's a hill right in front of it. Might have to circle around here. Join downwind for 2.6 instead. For 1.8? No, 0.8. Am I doing that right? Yes, 0.8. Okay. So that's definitely this one. And the mixture there a bit. We are in a turbo arrow by Just Flight. It's an amazing plane. Best GA plane out there for these visual flights, even some instrument flights. It's great. Okay, slow it down. Not the best approach either. There are hills everywhere. Interesting airport. Need to be a bit more creative when it comes to the approach. Try to get as close to this mountain as possible and then turn left the last moment. There you go. By 1 notch of flaps. And let's turn. Good. Actually, I'm not sure if this has a tower. I didn't bother to check the frequencies. Oh, that's okay. They won't mind, hopefully. It's going to be a very sharp approach. Oh my goodness. We can make it. We can make it. Winds. We have a tailwind, but should be fine. Should be able to manage. There it is, just cruising. Too much, too high. Layer. That looks good. There you go. Keep it in the middle. Thank you. Not the most stable approach, but we made it in one piece. I'll take it. Let me see. Can take a bio break here. Virtual bio break. In the meantime, how do we get to that ramp? Is there a gate somewhere? Terrain, pull up. It'll be okay, man. Exactly. Words to live by. Where the heck is the ramp there? Taxiway. Oh, at the end. Okay. Interesting. Okay, turn that boost pump off. Look, a bio brake on the way down. That's a bit scary. Okay, good. I can disable OBS here now. Very nice. Open the windows. Get some fresh air. To find a way we can make a U-turn in here somewhere. Right, this should work. That guy's actually marshalling us in. No, we're okay. Just going for a short break. Right there. Keep it there for now, for a second. Clean up in aisle 3. Right. That's as quick as a break as we can manage. Have more ground to cover. Those are some amazing sounds. Let's pump again. Runway looks clear. Runway 26 this time. More in favor for the wind. That's good. Windsock agrees. Off we go. Line it up. And yeah, controlling it with the rudder, so much easier now. No more twitching. At least not for now. Oh, I think I still have my flaps on. Yeah, full flaps. Not ideal, but it works. You can really feel the difference in the lift. Right, let's make that turn. Where are we supposed to go now? 211, okay. $4,500, good enough? Maybe 4,000 actually should be good enough for now. There it is. Oh, that's perfect. 2,300. Nice. Well, we should be making our turn now. There you go. 2076. Let's see. 0756. There we go. Good. Now, one thing I noticed is with this plane, there doesn't seem to be any adverse yaw either. That's a concept that I'm not really familiar with, because most of the planes I've flown here in the sim don't have that. That's something that has been highly requested though. So I'm hoping that gets into the sim eventually so I can learn about it. I think it will come with the next sim update based on the Q&A video that I've seen from the developers from Microsoft, from Asobo. They had a demo. They were doing like this, left and right banking, sharp banking, and you can see the ball there, the slip indicator where my mouse is. It was moving left and right immensely. Here it's kind of subdued in a way. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but it shouldn't be that way, I think. So when you turn, you actually have to apply a bit of right rudder, ideally. Right turn right, right rudder, turn left, left rudder, and there's like a timing for it. But in this case, because of that subjugacation, what's that term? Actually don't have to apply any rudder input at all. I wish that can be a thing so I can get more involved in the rudder. And I'm sure there could be an option to disable that if needed. So in any case, should be a win-win. Alright. Mixture is set. Good. Do we still have landing lights? We have boost pumps and landing lights still on. Okay, there you go. Now they're off. Good. MP name should be sorted soon. Ah, no more is lag. Yeah, I always get a few seconds of confusion when I see it. Like, who is Rizlag? Ah, yes. So what was the problem that they found? They're deleting your World of Trucks. Or Truckers MP, you mean? They're deleting your Truckers MP account and recreating it? Are you sure they're not just fooling you into deleting your own account? The ultimate trolls. Rizlag. Oh, these mountains look good. All the trees and everything. The game. Riz stutter maybe. So yeah, look at this waypoint. Quite interesting. Is it actually asking us to go around? Sure looks like it, huh? 146. Okay. Just wants us to go through this canyon, this valley, and loop around. Okay, I'll take that. I'll bite. Bro it all. How about Dogecoin? At all coin? No, I think Dogecoin rings a bell more. Those Rizlag on at all. I'm not sure. I think he's not back anymore. You guys might have pushed him away for good. I'm sure Jack misses him. Looks great. Beautiful all over. Okay, let's follow that waypoint, 146. Maybe it's that one. Yeah, he was still commenting a few days ago, I think, in one of the videos. But I think he won't be coming back to Discord anymore. Miss your morning read. Well, I don't miss my morning read in YouTube. I'd rather stick to Discord, I think. At least there I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm not the only one in pain. Share the pain. That's a nice looking city below. Wonder what city this is. Let's have a look. This is Bassano del Grappa? Or is it San Giuseppe? Either way, looks cool. No custom scenery here, so this is all default scenery. My goodness, that looks pretty nice, huh? Black Shark AI at work. Alright, let's climb. Full RPM. Full throttle. Turning to the left and climbing so that we can crest that mountain up ahead. Oi, climb, climb, climb. Getting into some clouds. There you go. Man, that's a steep climb. Some cloud action here, some cloud surfing. That looks good actually. 6,000 feet might be enough for this view. This view looks so real, I know, right? This is why I just love flying all over the place like this. Each time you go somewhere different. This view, look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's go for a bit of view here. Photo opportunity like so. Posing for the camera. Yes, 6,000 feet, that should be enough. Screenshot, yep, just did. $2,300. The only thing I'm not so much fond of in this plane is that the RPM indicator is right there behind the yoke, so I always have to hide it. It's not very ideal for a simulator environment. But that's okay. Minor details. Looks like there's something atop that mountain. A house, some buildings. Maybe someone lives there. What mountain is that? Do we see in the map? Is there a name? Oh yeah. Sacrado del Monte Grappa? Too bad there's no Bush Talk radio tour for it, because it looks like it's a hiking trail. Grappa? Maybe? Interesting. Okay, let's stay at 6,000 here. Continue our tour. 307. Looking good. Bad night mode. What a troll. Wow. Well, that's a pretty high mountain. I think we need to climb more, apparently. Okay. Get back to it then. Maybe 8,000. Let's see if that's enough. 306. Something like that. Hey, latest pana. There you go. Yes, that's a good place to start. But let me know if you're looking for something specific. Airliner, GA plane, scenery. Free or paid. Lots of possibilities. Let's have a look outside again. Oh my goodness, those clouds. Hi. That is an amazing view. Jack Spanner. Close enough. Whoa. Give that guy a badums. $9,000 feet. Looks actually 8,500. Yeah, let's stay here. 8,500 looks good enough. There you go. Thank you. Well, actually, I need to lower my RPM a bit first. There you go. Bro. Ridge of Peak right there. Did I actually climb more? Let's get back to 8,500. Oh no, it's Rohan. Don't tell him about the upcoming Hunter DLC. Mr. 75 himself making an appearance. How are things going, man? It's school break right now, right? From what I heard. Come on, 8,500. Summer break. How long would that be? Couple of weeks. Congrats on the break. What are you planning? What games are you planning to finish? By the way, when's that Red Dead Redemption 2 DLSS thing coming? Vanilla game with the same plane. Which plane are you flying, Spana? Is that España? Let me know if you prefer me to call you something different. Maybe LED. Yeah, let me know which plane you're flying and then I can recommend some nicer ones if I know of any. If you're looking for a new plane. Oh, this is nice. Actually skirting around this cloud. Actually feels good, right? That actually works. 2905. Somewhere like that. What's interesting is I don't see this peak right here in the terrain radar. Oh no, it's there. It's a sneaky one, look at that. Super small, you hardly can see it. That tip. Play Snowrunner with Jack and Alex. Oh my goodness. He's here all week. Never heard of that game, me neither. Nice. Titanfall 2, that's a multiplayer game, right? I've never played it. Saw some videos of it, looked pretty cool. Intense action and whatnot. On the heading. But maybe I can just skirt around here just a bit. Trim down. Not too shabby. Oh, Titanfall 2 has a campaign, I see. Oh, that's pretty cool. How's the campaign going so far? Nice story. Is that the one where you can like be on foot or like go on a mech or a robot or something? Or am I mixing it with a different game? 268. I remember it was such a huge thing before, during the release. I'm not sure if it really took off. or the hype ended after a while, but I've been seeing a lot of videos on that before. Oh, that's nice. As we crested, as we punched through that cloud. That was beautiful. $3080 Ti, yes, if you can find one. June 3rd, right? Good luck. Good luck. Maybe, Alex, you should start making friends with some local computer shops. Or maybe you have some contacts already. That might be more effective than doing a refresh on Amazon or something. So I think the bots will just beat you to it if you go the online route. Local sellers might be a more dependable thing. Oh my goodness, look at that view. I've taken so many screenshots today. So nice. So we can descend a bit. We get up close and personal with these mountains. You can get a 6900 XT right now. Oh, nice. Are you thinking about it? Then maybe you can help JP with his stutters. He has an AMD, right? One second. 209. There it is. Exactly. Yeah. The AMD cards have promise, but I think it's quite early. It's a bit, how would you say? I would call it experimental for now. When it works, it's really great, but sometimes it doesn't work yet. And when you buy a GPU, you want it to work with every game and not nitpick with the performance. So maybe eventually it will get there, but right now I don't think so. Not yet, at least. Let's look for a nearby airport. And we'll end the stream there. Actually, we might not even need an airport. How do you guys think about landing on that flat surface right there? That does look flat. Let's go and scout it out. Let's turn off the terrain here because it will get scary in a while. Is it as flat as I would hope it to be? Circle around it for a few times. Does this thing work? Does anyone not at all? Yeah, hopefully this time the 3080 Ti will be in better stock. From what I heard, it's not only graphics cards that are suffering from this chip shortage. I think even cars are stranded in the garage. New cars, brand new cars, all assembled and everything. Just missing the chip. They're basically stranded. So I think there's a huge bottleneck with those chips at the moment. My goodness, huh? And then the bots definitely are not helping, and the miners. But are those the same chips? I mean, are they done by the same companies, do you guys think? That looks good enough. Let's make that our landing. Dealership's almost empty. Brace for impact, everyone. Yeah, it doesn't look as flat as I would have hoped for. Seem to be plenty of trees in there as well, but we can try. And if it goes sour, we can always go around. Let's lower the landing gear here. 130 knots. RPM full, boost pump low, landing lights on. Green, we have 3 greens, I hope. Okay, let's go for that landing spot. Yeah, Civics work. 4,000, yeah, if you can. But then again, who's to say those won't get the supply problems either? It's going to be very tricky nonetheless, or either way. Oh yeah, that's going SAR. Maybe we can handle it. It's going to be a rough landing, guys. I think I'll have to angle it to the right there somehow. No, that's not going to work. Who knows? We'll try. Right next to that house. Can't touch the water though, because it will be an instant black screen if I touch the water. Oh crap. There you go. I thought it would be nice. Close enough. Clip. Dang it. We should have gone around at that point. But that would be the perfect
few moments
end.
later.
A second Jack's bio break. Close enough. Yeah, close enough. Should have picked a better landing spot. If there was no hill in front, that would have been nice.
Bye, have a great time.
Have a good one, guys. Let's end it here. That's a nice trip. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you guys on Friday for some C15 action. Thanks for the company. Appreciate it. Have a good day, everyone. Clumsy flying. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.